You mentioned that your whole family is basically having issues with sleeping for a couple of different reasons, one of which is your little 4-month-old boy who likes to wake up multiple times during the night. And it sounds like you've tried so many things and you've been so diligent at setting a schedule and encouraging sleep and doing everything you can, so I can understand why you're so frustrated. And of course, being sleep deprived will add to everything. 4-month-old babies are typically sleeping about 14 hours out of each 24-hour period, and some of this sleep is usually done during the day. So most babies are sleeping a few solid hours at night at this point, like at least 6 or 7, and then taking naps during the day. You mentioned that your little son isn't even napping very well during the day. Because this has been an ongoing issue, it would be best to talk with your pediatrician, and they can ask you more specific questions about his routine and about your concerns and observations, and then determine if further investigation is warranted. Sometimes there are medical conditions that disrupt a baby's sleep, and the doctor can rule those out. If all medical conditions have been ruled out, the doctor's advice to you will probably be to sleep train him. And this involves teaching him that when he cries, he doesn't get what he wants most, which is either you or a feeding. If he doesn't need extra nighttime feedings and wakes up crying, then you can do one of two things. You can either just let him cry it out, or if that seems a little bit harsh, and you did mention you have tried that and he's very shrill and wakes everyone up and it's kind of hard, crying it out has been proven to be a very effective method of sleep training. And if you can just stick with it for 4 to 7 nights, it will be a very torturous 4 to 7 nights, but if you can just stick with it, then your baby should catch on to the fact that when he cries, he doesn't get what he wants most. Babies have a reset point in their brains, and this is good news for parents because it's about a 4-day period of time where you have to be consistent and persistent about certain behaviors, and they'll adopt those as a new norm. So if you let your son cry it out for 4 to 7 nights, eventually he'll learn how to fall asleep on his own, and that should help you get more sleep. Now, it won't make him not wake up. Babies wake up just like you and I, but it will help him go back to sleep without help from you. If crying it out seems a little bit extreme, or you mentioned you tried it and it didn't seem to work, you can try a more graduated approach, where you go in his room when he's crying. You know, of course, give it like 5 or 10 minutes before you respond. Don't respond immediately unless you feel like he's in immediate need. But go in and gently touch his tummy and then just turn around and walk right back out of the room. Resist any and all urges to pick him up, turn on the lights, or talk to him. Just turn around and walk right back out. Now, what this teaches him is that you're there. It reassures him that he's not alone, but it also tells him that you're not going to give in by feeding him or holding him, and again, that he won't get what he wants most by crying. When you turn around and walk back out of the room after the first time, if he's still crying, give it about 10 minutes before you respond to him again, and then go in and do the same thing. And then if he's still crying, go in 20 minutes later if needs be, and then 30 minutes later, and then 40 minutes later. You're just slowly increasing the amount of time you wait before you respond to his needs. And again, after being persistent or consistent about this for the next 4 to 7 nights, he should learn to go back to sleep on his own. I hope the very best for you and that you're all able to get more sleep soon. And if you have any other questions for me in the future, feel free to ask them on our Facebook page at facebook.com/InterMountainMoms, and recommend us to your friends and family too.